August 2023 is the fever pitch of summer-long transformations in love, money, women, appearances, and happiness. August is the most intense month of this three-part summer series that completely reroutes our life plans throughout July, August, and September. Situations that have been on the rocks either have a major breakdown or a major breakthrough this month, especially with regards to ongoing dilemmas in finance or romance. An unexpected turn of events could suddenly flip the table, so don't think the final card has been played just yet. Plus, the plot twist is that there's an inherently erotic energy about August that brings desire, pleasure, and sex to the table. So just when you had lost hope, or just when you thought it couldn't get any better, a sudden, daring urge to ask for more and possibly receive it heats up your feel-good radar and your deserve level, and possibly your bedroom and your bank account. August teaches us about the pleasure principle and the law of attraction, inherently feminine or yin and omega energetics. This summer, it seems like you've suddenly reached a block or a bankruptcy in something that you've been trying to force full steam ahead. It seems like suddenly you've run out of steam, or nothing seems to be happening in spite of all your efforts. It's like you've been putting so much energy towards making something happen, and yet there's nothing to show for it, or there's nothing left of you. There's an empty space in spite of effort. August will teach you how to redirect your energy from the masculinity of force to the femininity of invitation. This month, you're invited to become supple in areas where you've been scarce, especially with regards to finance, romance, sex, and self-care. The surprising trick in how you'll shift from force to invitation hinges upon the principles of pleasure and desire. This month will stretch you to the edges of desire, beckoning you to up your game in love, money, women, appearances, and happiness. But first, you'll have to get over a recently bruised ego, hurt feelings, or feelings of unworthiness, and instead make daring moves towards who and what you lust for in life. And somewhere in the mix also resides a woman, a goddess, who either requires reclaiming or release. There's some kind of energetic stuckness this month around the feminine principle that is longing to be lubricated by the heat of the summer. You can create movement by making a move with this woman, either by making a move to take a stand for her before she drifts away, or by completely letting her go from your life so that she's no longer a block to you or herself. Now, metaphorically speaking, we are all being invited to create movement with the feminine principle this month by softening, opening, attracting, enjoying, and indulging our desires to inform bigger asks in our life so that we can receive more than we've been getting lately. Hi friends, and welcome to August 2023. This is the Futurecast, and I'm your host and cosmic coach, Moriel Loren. Let's take a look at how this month's geocosmic energy affects your life, love, business, and the globe. We'll start with an overall summary of this month's energetic themes, followed by a detailed calendar of 13 key dates you won't want to miss. In fact, the dates revealed in this calendar will help you peek into the past, plan in the present, and even predict future outcomes of situations you're currently dealing with. Truth be told, I created this calendar for myself at the beginning of the summer to help me survive the most intense 3 months of 2023. And so far, everything has happened date by date like clockwork. So I'll show you how to use it. Plus, I've included a link for discounted summer sessions, so just click the link for the retrograde relief session so I can help you survive the summer as well. With that in mind, let's dive in. August stretches us to the edges of desire by challenging us to connect our eros, or erotic energy, to our asking. Eros is our passionate instinct, our capacity for desire, our lust for life, and perhaps you are not wanting or asking for enough. So, what will you allow yourself to want emotionally, financially, sexually, physically? What is your forbidden ask? August knocks on the door of your naughtiest desires, the things you typically tell yourself aren't meant for you, and dares you to make your most forbidden requests. Notice the inner narratives that minimize your eros and minimize your ask, and therefore inevitably minimize your outcome. It may sound something like this: that's too nice. I can't ask for that. I'm being too much. That happens for other people, but not for me. I don't deserve that. What would it be like? What would it be like to ask for the price that you deserve in front of a boss or a client? What would it be like to tell the person you adore how wild you are about them? What would it be like to ask for the sexual touch that you crave? Or how about to push for the physique that you really want to admire in front of the mirror? Or to make that indulgent purchase you typically tell yourself is too fancy for you? Or, here's a tough one, what would it be like to ask for forgiveness from the person you wish to reclaim? Too often, we lead from practicality instead of passion, and that often leads us to asking for too little. Shifting your ask to a place of desire rather than simply what you think you can get or makes sense will create spaciousness where once there was settling. You're learning that being cut off from your eros has shortchanged your expectations and left you frustrated with the cup half empty. There's more fullness to be had if you would allow yourself to lead with your deepest desires and ask with the belief that those desires might be met. Certainly, opening the door to desire will create more space in areas of your life that are feeling tight or blocked. Another key theme for August is reclaiming the goddess. August invites us to let pleasure drip from every crevice of our daily experience, rather than being some rare treat that we allow ourselves once all other practicalities have been met. We're invited to be supple instead of scarce, to take care, to take time off, to do what's fun, to enjoy, to invite, and to receive. These are inherently feminine or yin and omega energetic qualities. So, what would it be like if Aphrodite or Venus or Cleopatra were in charge of your decisions? For my men, the question is this: is there a woman, a goddess in your life who requires reclaiming or release? For my men, if there is a goddess in your world who requires reclaiming, then take your stand for her. Don't let the one you want get away, and don't pawn off the one you want onto some other guy for him to give her what she wants. And don't leave her to fend for it herself. You be the guy to deliver. Let your love, admiration, and respect for her overcome any challenges, misunderstandings, or distance between you two. Take a stand and make a passionate, sweeping move. She'll likely be more impressed and grateful than your bruised ego is anticipating. And for my men, where there is a goddess in your world who needs to be released, then free her to find her own way in life, or to find another guy who will deliver on what you cannot or will not. Don't cling to loose threads in a relationship that's already falling apart or long past its expiration date. Continuing to hang around in her field by continuing to chat or exchange things or spend time is not helping. Clearly cut the cord and hold your boundaries after. It's better for you, better for her, and better for the next guy. In all cases for men, the question is, are you willing to be the guy for this goddess or not? Either way, don't keep her waiting, wondering, or energetically holding her back. And for the women, it's time to reclaim your feminine virtues. Have you been feeling like a do-it-all, burnt-out workaholic where having to also be sexy and soft and fun simply feels like one more thing on your long to-do list? Well, it's time to undress the masculine roles you've been playing in society so you can slip back into your inherently supple feminine qualities. You're invited to take a day off, go have fun, dress sexy, go shopping, have fun with your friends, dance, laugh, cook, and pleasure yourself in the bedroom. As you undress the hyper-masculine affectation of the busy modern world, you'll rediscover the powers of attraction, which are an inherently feminine energetic. By drawing energy back into yourself, you will naturally draw in and attract the people and opportunities you have your eye on. There's no need to chase and force when you can open and summon. Which leads us to the next most important topic for August. Sex is hot. August is filled with the energy of allure, temptation, and trysts. So allow erotic infusion to awaken your dormant desires, especially if your juicy has been feeling dried up lately. For the singletons out there, prioritize and normalize self-pleasure. Try things like massage, sensual dance classes, adult entertainment events, and more frequent orgasmic self-touch. It'll help you re-spark your inner seducer. Don't wait for other people. And for those in situationships, summer is filled with breakups and makeups, so great makeup sex might be on your agenda with a rekindled flame. Is there someone you've still got the hots for? Quit giving them the cold shoulder and reach out. Perhaps they've been missing you too. And a roll in the sheets can work out a lot of unexpressed emotion between you two. Let your sex say what your words cannot. And for the committed lovebirds out there, experiment with the edge of ecstasy by pushing your partner farther into surrender, trust, and daring. Try new toys, play out fantasies, do a boudoir photo shoot, hire a couples coach, or hire a tantrika. And most importantly, dare to ask your lover for the emotional or erotic favor that you've been holding back on, telling yourself you're asking for too much. In all cases, whether you're single, committed, or in a situationship, allow erotic infusion to lead you to new awakening this August. Here's a couple of my favorite tools from my own sexy toolkit. The first is the S-Factor method by striptease instructor Sheila Kelly. You can learn all kinds of seduction moves as well as take a quiz to find out your erotic body language. Don't forget to peep on your lover's erotic language too. In fact, I've trained in the S-Factor method for over a decade. It's where I learned all of my pole dancing skills, and I still take the classes today. The link to Sheila Kelly's S-Factor method quiz is in the report below. My next favorite sensual tool is the intimacy guidebook Playing with Fire by hot power couple Justin Patrick Pierce and London Winters. You can learn about sexual polarity and how to master the art of alpha and omega erotic archetypes. Plus, they host some really killer couples retreats that I highly encourage you to check out. The link to Justin and London's book, Playing with Fire, is in the report below. Another one of my favorite erotic tools is Kim Anami's Adult Salons for teaching the art of orgasm in her online sex school. My favorite programs include Sexual Mastery for Men, Coming Together for Couples, and The Well-Fucked Woman. You can find a link to Kim Anami's courses in the report below. And any erotic empowerment toolbox would not be complete without David Dieda's book, Dear Lover. It's uncomfortably candid about what men and women really want from each other. The book is vulnerable, brutal, and true. His other works, Finding God Through Sex and The Way of the Superior Man, are also fantastic. There's a link to David's work at the bottom of this report. And one of my favorite erotic empowerment coaches is the queen of Tantra, Miss Sophia Sundari. Her book, Liberation into Orgasm, is both anatomical and functional while still being spiritual. And she is famous for helping people achieve full body orgasms and even multiple orgasms. And that rule applies to both men and women and alike. So a link to Sophia's work and book are at the bottom of this report. And I'll wrap this up with a word of warning to all lovers this summer. The Venus retrograde relationship review cycle in July, August, and September can be really tempting for trysts. So make sure that you're acting with emotional ethics. Venus retrograde is notorious for affairs. So be careful. If you're having an affair, you're most likely going to get caught or end up with a really big mess on your hands this summer. However, interestingly enough, if you've been needing to end an affair, the Venus retrograde cycle is actually really perfect to do that. Okay, friends, let's move on to the destiny dates of summer. There are 13 key turning points in July, August, and September, which, if you track them really carefully, they will help you make your most important decisions in love, money, women, appearances, and happiness. I really want you to focus intensely on the dates. Go back to look at text messages, emails, journal entries, bank statements. They all have dates cataloged on them. Notice the dates which have already passed and the events which occurred in your life right around this time frame. Then pay attention to the dates that are coming up, because that will tell you when the results and outcomes of those other situations are going to occur. All right, friends. Track your calendars carefully. The summertime story began around the first weekend in June, when issues connected to love, money, women, appearances, or happiness first emerged on the horizon. Look back. What themes started coming online for you around the first weekend in June? Check especially close to June 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Next came the Independence Day holiday weekend, where some unexpected insight or unexpected surprising experience related to love, money, women, appearances, or happiness occurred. So what flash occurrence popped up for you around the 4th of July? Look at July 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Then the games really begin during the third week of July, when Venus retrograde review cycle kicks in the legendary 40 days and 40 nights testing period mentioned in both the Bible and Buddhism. Any kind of pre-existing issues in love, money, women, appearances, and happiness are going to erupt during July, August, and September. So what striking turn of events happened for you during that third week of July? Look especially around July 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Next up comes the end of July, beginning of August, where more information is on its way about this situation. It could be another monkey wrench that gets thrown on top of the ongoing issues, or some kind of information about how to solve the ongoing problem. So look for some kind of key insight or turning point somewhere between the 28th of July and the 1st of August. The third week of August brings some kind of surprising insight or experience linked to romance, finance, and happiness. And it's possibly connected to an ongoing event or theme that originally emerged around the Independence Day holiday weekend. So something occurring around August 9th might be connected to something around July 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. And if you look even further, maybe there were signs about it already in June. So what unexpected thing occurs right around August 9th? Then we move to the midpoint of the Venus retrograde testing period, these 40 days and 40 nights, putting the stress on our romance, finance, and happiness reaches its halfway progression around August 13th through 16th. So you may feel some kind of sigh of relief, a bit of hope, some position of clarity or amends or understanding. Hope is on the way, but we'll still work out the situation all the way through September, so we're not quite done yet. But notice, what sign of hope arrives right around August 13th, 14th, 15th, or 16th? More to the summer story gets added starting around August 22nd and 23rd as a Mercury retrograde review cycle layers on top of the concurrent Venus retrograde review cycle. So as we are going through changes in romance, finance, and happiness, we're going to start looking for some key information or communication to tip the scales. We might even soon reach some kind of agreement or understanding. Maybe a contract gets signed, and somewhere in there is possibly even some travel or logistics that helps you resolve this situation from August to September. So be on the lookout for an added element with a shift in events right around August 22nd, 23rd. The following 2 weeks from August 22nd to September 9th will be the most intense, challenging, and transformative 2 weeks of the entire summer. The make or break moment we've been waiting for finally arrives at the end of August, between August 27th and 30th. If there is any shred of hope to be had in these ongoing summer situations, then that clear sense of direction will arrive at that point. So will this situation be able to mend and resolve, or will you just completely need to move on from the circumstance? So keep an eye out for some kind of last straw event that arrives right there in the final days of August. Incoming to September, all hail the Queen. The moment we've been waiting for arrives between September 3rd and 6th, when the 40 days and 40 nights Venus retrograde testing period is finally complete. So this journey in romance, finance, and happiness that you've been on since around June, July may come to some point of a resolution and relief. So keep an eye out for what kind of striking turn of events occurs for you during the Labor Day holiday weekend. The final word on summertime stories arrives mid-September when Mercury retrograde ends and passes judgment and makes final decisions about things that have been plaguing you since June and July, probably connected to romance, finance, and happiness. What you'll notice mid-September is a resolution in that communication or information you needed, a sense of an agreement or understanding, possibly even a contract, and somehow the logistics or travel are coming together. So be on the lookout for some kind of completion, resolution, or clear direction that arrives right around September 15th, 16th. Fantastic destiny dates carry us through the rest of September and into October, starting with the September 22nd fall equinox. It literally changes the seasons and our environment, moving us from the summertime dramas into new possibilities for the fall. You'll start to feel like you're wiping the slate clean from any summertime uncertainties that were associated with love, money, women, appearances, and happiness. And you feel like you're welcoming in some new possibilities in those same departments. So keep an eye out right around September 22nd, 23rd, and 24th for those new fresh possibilities and even fresh prospects. September ends with a fiery finale to the summertime drama on the heels of a September 29th full moon that brings an unexpected surprise or insight linked to romance, finance, or happiness. In fact, it could be the final clue to close out situations that first emerged around the 4th of July Independence holiday weekend and that popped up again right around August 9th. So at this point, you might completely burn the bridges with an ex or an old situation. Or you could completely relight the flame with a rekindled relationship or opportunity that you almost lost during the summer. So keep an eye out for what fiery finale arrives around September 29th into the first week of October. And finally, news stories emerge for the fall season right around October 4th through 8th. You're completely cleared of summer karma and it's time to look ahead. So keep an open heart and an eye out for the news stories, opportunities, and relationships knocking at your door in the first 2 weeks of October. All right, friends, now that you know the geocosmic energy patterns for the month ahead, it's time for you to determine your destiny. Keep me posted on how things go this month. I'd love to see you in my office or online for an appointment. And if this video has been helpful, click the like button or subscribe to our free monthly newsletter. Also, to help you get through the 3 most intense months of 2023, I'm offering a retrograde relief discount session. The link is at the bottom of this report. So if you haven't come to see me in a while, or you're wondering what the heck is going on with my life, or maybe you're enrolled in one of my coaching programs, but you want to add on some bonus sessions to help you make it through the summer, then click the link, get the discount, save it, and share it with a friend. All right, friends, thanks for joining me here on the Futurecast, and until next time, when our stars align. Hi, Leo. Are you going to help with the summer Futurecast?